Nigeria, stop everything you are doing right now, because what just dropped on Nigerian social media is the most shocking celebrity story of 2026 by a very wide margin. Bigger than any divorce, bigger than any court case, bigger than any allegation. The story that Nigeria thought was over, the story of Tubaba and Annie Idibia, is not over. It never ended. And the twist that has just been revealed has left every Nigerian who has been following this saga since January 2025 completely speechless. Tubaba and Annie Idibia are back together. They have found their way back to each other, and Annie Idibia is pregnant. She is expecting another baby. A new beginning, a new chapter, and a story of betrayal, friendship, reconciliation and love that Nigeria was not prepared to hear in July 2026. Stay till the end. Subscribe to Gizmama NG and subscribe to our sister channel Nollywood Expo. The link is in the comment section. Let Gizmama take you through the full story from the beginning, because the reconciliation only makes complete sense when you understand everything that led to it. January 26, 2025, Tubaba posted on Instagram, "I and Annie Makole have been separated for a while now and currently filed for divorce." Nigeria was shocked. 13 years of marriage, 2 daughters, a love story that had survived multiple baby mama controversies and public humiliations, and suddenly it was over. Just like that. Posted on Instagram, then deleted, then confirmed on live video, then deleted again. But Nigeria had already seen it, and Nigeria never forgets. Within days, Tubaba was seen with Edo State lawmaker Natasha Osawaru. February 2025, he proposed to her. July 2025, they had a private wedding. November 2025, they welcomed their first child together, a baby boy. February 2026, they dedicated their baby in church. Everything seemed final. Everything seemed settled. Tubaba had moved on completely and publicly. And Annie Idibia, the woman who had stood by him through everything, was on the outside, describing herself as a single woman raising her children, still carrying his last name on her Instagram page, but publicly presenting as someone building a new life alone. But here is what Nigeria did not know. Here is what was happening behind the scenes while everyone was watching the surface. According to fresh information now circulating across Nigerian social media from a source Gizmama has been monitoring closely, Annie Idibia has now come forward to tell her own story, and what she said has changed everything. She said leaving her husband was the biggest mistake she ever made. She said people she called friends, especially one particular woman who was extremely close to her, were the ones encouraging her to leave, telling her it was the best decision, hyping her exit, clapping publicly for her decision to leave. And then life showed her who those friends really were. Months after everything scattered, after the separation became public, after Tubaba moved on publicly with Natasha, after Nigeria had already processed the end of one of its most iconic celebrity marriages, Annie said she spotted one of those same friends flexing with her husband at a club. The same woman who told her to leave. The same woman who said leaving was the best decision, the same woman who was clapping publicly for Annie's exit from the marriage, was at a club with Tubaba. And that was the moment Annie said her eyes cleared completely. She realized that not everyone who calls you my dear truly wants you to succeed. Some people clap for your decisions publicly while secretly celebrating your downfall. The friend who encouraged her to leave was the same person who went after her man the moment she was gone. Now, Gizmama wants Nigeria to sit with that for a moment, because this detail, the betrayal by a close female friend, is the most painful and most relatable part of this entire story. This is not just a celebrity drama. This is a human experience that millions of Nigerian women understand personally. The friend who tells you to leave your man, the friend who says you deserve better, the friend who is loudest about your independence and your worth. And then you find out that friend had her own reasons for wanting you out of that house. Annie Idibia found out the hard way, and the discovery changed everything. She and Tubaba eventually settled their differences, found their way back to each other, rebuilt what had been broken, and as if the reconciliation was not already shocking enough, Annie announced something that has Nigeria completely speechless. She is pregnant, expecting another baby, a new addition to their family. She described it as a new beginning and an apology to her husband. Those specific words, an apology to her husband, are the most significant words in this entire story. Not just a reconciliation, an apology. Annie Idibia is publicly acknowledging that her departure from the marriage, however it happened and whatever the circumstances, is something she now sees as something that required an apology to the man she left. And now there is a baby coming. Junior. A new beginning for a couple that Nigeria had already written off completely. Now, Just Mama must address the elephant in the room. Because Baba is still technically married to Natasha Osawaru. They have a child together. She is an Edo State lawmaker. Their union was public, celebrated, and produced a baby boy who is now about 8 months old. What happens to that marriage in the context of this reconciliation with Annie is a question that Nigeria is asking and that nobody has publicly answered yet. When confronted about his second marriage to Natasha with actual video evidence, Baba allegedly said he cannot remember when he got married. He cannot remember his own wedding with video evidence. He cannot remember. Now, whether that is a legal strategy, a deflection, or something else entirely, Jismama does not know. But Nigeria is watching, Natasha is watching, and whatever happens next in this triangle will be one of the most watched developments in Nigerian entertainment for the rest of 2026. What Jismama knows for certain right now is this. Annie Idibia said leaving was her biggest mistake. She found out who her real friends were the hard way. She and Baba found their way back to each other, and there is a baby coming. In a year that has already given Nigeria the Alex Ekubo death, the Peggy Ovire and Frederick Leonard divorce, the May Edochie lawsuit, and more. This is the story that has stopped every scroll and every conversation simultaneously. Before we close, 3 quick questions. Number 1. Annie Idibia says a close friend encouraged her to leave Baba, and that same friend was later caught flexing with Baba at a club. Do you think the friend's betrayal was planned from the beginning? That she was encouraging Annie to leave specifically so she could move in? Or do you think it was opportunistic and happened after Annie left? Number 2. Annie described her pregnancy as a new beginning and an apology to her husband. Do you think a pregnancy is ever an appropriate apology in a marriage that has been through what Baba and Annie's marriage has been through? Or do you think the reconciliation should have been allowed to stand on its own before bringing a new child into the picture? Number 3. Baba is still married to Natasha Osawaru. They have a baby together, and he is allegedly expecting another baby with Annie. When confronted with his wedding video to Natasha, he said he cannot remember getting married. What do you think Natasha Osawaru is feeling right now? And what do you think she should do next? Drop everything in the comments. Jismama is reading every single word. January 2025, Baba announced their separation, and Nigeria mourned the end of an era. July 2026, Annie Idibia is pregnant, and they are back together. 18 months, a divorce announcement, a new marriage, a new baby with someone else, a friend who clapped publicly and flexed privately, and a love story that apparently refused to stay ended. Nigeria thought this chapter was closed. Annie Idibia just announced it was only a pause. Subscribe to Jismama NG, subscribe to Nollywood Expose, the link is in the comment section. Hit the notification bell on both channels. Share this video. See you in the next one.